think you can't make mistakes. But the choices you make could get yourself and everyone under your command killed. But I believe in you, Jim.
Pike, who is his father figure, who essentially got him into, convinced him to join Starfleet to begin with, Pike reprimands him and takes away the ship from him. And he essentially tells him that he is, he doesn't respect the chair. He doesn't understand, how his actions will get his whole crew killed one day. Kirk doesn't understand what he's talking about, and Pike basically says that there's greatness in him, but there's just no humility. And he just can't see past himself, that Kirk sort of feels that he's above the rules in some way.
What a poem, Kirk.
Sir, there's a ship heading right for us.
You can't even guarantee the safety of your own crew. Now, shall we begin?
I'm sorry.
All these characters at one point or another have their lives, on the line, and it was a cool movie to sort of, keep all these plates spinning. You've got a lot of characters that you have to be, servicing, and as much as it seems to be, in many ways, Kirk's movie, the secret of this film, not unlike the first movie, is it's just as much Spock's film, and Spock's story. He is friends with this guy, and he's got, his relationship with Uhura, but what is it like to be a friend, and when you're not completely human and you've chosen to sort of live in this more logical and less emotional way, how are you a friend? And so as much as Kirk's learning how to really be a captain and earn the chair, Spock is learning how to be a friend.
We're outnumbered, outgunned.
I have no idea what I'm supposed to do.
The truth is that the story is a far more nuanced story. In the first film, when they were up against Nero, they were up against a guy who was just really pissed off. In this movie, they're up against a lot more and a lot more complex adversaries. So that in this film, you're, unlike the first movie, you're really questioning, what do I do in this situation? It's a little bit more of a vicarious dilemma for people watching. The first film was, it's very clear who the bad guy is. I know exactly what's going on. I know exactly what I would want to do, basically destroy the bad guy. It was a very clear-cut situation. In this movie, there's much more of, I think, a sort of psychological drama going on, or the question of, where does your loyalty lie? Who do you trust? Once you have made that decision, how do you deal with the person you're up against?
I surrender to you because, despite your attempt to convince me otherwise, you seem to have a conscience, Mr. Kirk. If you did not, then it would be impossible for me to convince you of the truth.
With Benedict, he did exactly the same thing with this character. He came to the table with a whole new attitude, a whole new sort of personality and background and strength. But the thing about this guy is he's such an unbelievably watchable and compelling and powerful actor. And he had a lot to do in this movie. It wasn't just about how he speaks and about his background and where he's from. He had to do a lot of physical acting and fighting and stuff that he had never really done before.
The ship's dead, sir. She's gone.
No, she's not.
To me, the action in this movie, the scale of the movie, is without question, I think, light years beyond what we did in the first movie. It is a far more ambitious movie. Without question, the IMAX and even the 3D of it, I think, will give viewers yet another level of excitement and fun to be had. But that's all kind of, no matter what the format, if there's a really compelling story and a really emotional story, you'll still lean in and be emotional and react.